Hey guys, what's up? It's Nate, and I'm back with another episode of Paranormal Talk. Do you think your house is haunted, but you're unsure? You can't seem to have a team come out and check it out for you? Well, if you're brave enough, you can do it yourself, because in this day and age, guess what? There's an app for that. So in this new segment, what I'm going to be doing is downloading these apps from the App Store. I'm going to be testing them out with Charlie back here, and we're going to see exactly how they work. And I'm going to give you my opinion as to whether or not I think they can be used as valid tools for investigating the paranormal. This new segment is the Paranormal App Test. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be the second part of Paranormal App Test for ghost hunting tools. As I said in the original video, when I first spliced it together, it ended up being like 53 minutes something seconds long. I'm not going to sit through that long of a video. I don't expect you guys to. But however, thank you for coming back and joining me for the second part and the exciting conclusion of this app test. Hope you enjoy. Let's jump into it. Alright guys, so we're going to jump back into the app test now. I'm going to open this back up. Last word it said was entered. So what I want to do now is I'm actually going to set my phone to airplane mode, which I didn't have it on before. I just want to see if that affects anything as to the functionality of the actual device itself. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. Is anybody here with me? Anybody that resides in this house? Outside forces, you are not welcome. You are not allowed to enter my house and speak to me. Anybody who is currently residing in this house, can you come and speak to me? Can you tell me your name? You said it earlier. I want to see if you will repeat it. I'm going to set the phone down on that same shelf. We got some good responses there earlier. So, if you're still here, come and speak to me and tell me your name again. Could you come close to that device and tell me the name of the child that is currently asleep upstairs? Which actually, guys, now that I think about it, my son's name is Jameson, so James is short for Jameson. That makes it a little bit more interesting. And then it said trick, I believe. So that's a little bit interesting. And then it said cat. Is a spirit tricking my son into thinking he's seeing a cat? That could be a possible correlation, but that's a lot of speculative talk there. I can't say that those have anything of a relation. It's just a story that I can formulate out of the words that I've gotten so far. Can you come and tell me your name again? There's no need to be afraid of me. I'm not going to hurt you. I actually don't mind you being here. I have no intent on attempting to make you leave. So come on. You can do it. I see you kind of gathering up there. So I'm still not exactly sure how the microphone device at the bottom works. I kind of got the gist of how the top works. The flowing numbers in the top left corner, those are supposed to be EMF readings. I assume that the bars in the middle are the fluctuations around the device. I'm not sure about the green bar at the bottom. I'm not 100% positive as to what that does. And as far as the thing at the bottom, I just think that's the microphone sensitivity. Meet. Who did you meet? And I think it's kind of weird that as the words pop up on the actual screen, you can almost hear like a whisper in the background. Either that or I'm hearing things. Please out. Please out. Please out of what? Elos. Okay. Meet, please out, Elos. I have never met a person in my life named Elos, and I can guarantee you I know nobody named Elos. So that's kind of a new name that I've not seen before in any of the tests that I've done in the past. So from it saying please out, I have to assume that this device may possibly be set up to do multi-word interaction, which is not typical of any paranormal device out there. Typically they're set up to do one word and that's it. So either I got something really good at manipulating devices speaking to me that can make it go into two-word mode, or there's an actual two-word mode function in this device. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it's interesting. Point. Okay. Point what? What point? If you're going to say point, I would appreciate it if you tell me what your point is. When you said please out, do you want me to release you from this house? Is that what you're saying? Do you want a way out? I can do that for you, but you have to tell me that's what you want. I'm not going to force you out. I don't mind you being here. If that's what you want, though, when you said please out, you have to tell me. And I'd like to remind you guys that the device that I'm using is currently on airplane mode. So that completely rules out any kind of Wi-Fi interference or anything of that nature when I'm getting these responses. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm going to come over here and sit down. What did you mean by the word point? Use that device and tell me something that I absolutely hate asking, especially in my own house. Do you want to hurt me? Do you mean me harm? Wire. That doesn't tell me too much. Wire could be a lot of things. Tell me, interact with this device. What kind of entity are you? Are you trying to answer my question? See, the top part of the device is going kind of crazy right now. What kind of entity are you? us. Okay, so there's multiple. Point us. Veteran. Are you a veteran? If so, I greatly appreciate your service and sacrifice, and I thank you. So the veteran kind of correlates earlier with what I said with port, because a port is where a ship docks, and a Navy veteran would dock at port. So that's actually kind of an interesting response. And I asked what kind of entity it was. It said us, veteran. Okay, so we could have some direct correlation there, actually, guys. I like that. That's interesting. What branch of military did you serve in if you're a veteran? Forward. Okay, so you're telling me you're a veteran forward for what, the NBA? Come on. Veteran forward, what does that mean? What kind of entity are you? Growling. Well, that's never good. Anytime I have ever experienced growling on an investigation, that is never a good sign. However, you know what? That could just be a word because maybe I'm antagonizing it. Am I making you angry? Why are you growling at me? Just wish you guys were here for that. I legitimately just saw a shadow move from the dining room into the kitchen out of the corner of my eye. It could have just been a play of light, but I'm relatively sure that I saw a shadow. Which is not the first time I've experienced that, and that's the reason I'm saying I'm relatively sure that I saw that. I've seen that. My father has seen it when he's been here visiting. So growling, are you telling me that you're negative? What is, earlier, you said the word intention. What is your intent? Do you intend to hurt me? I've gotten responses on other apps that are relatively violent. Is that your intention? Did you guys hear that weird clicking in the background? The gerbil is chewing on something in his cage. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Are you evil? Julia. Okay. I don't know a Julia that I'm aware of. I know a few Julies, but not a Julia. Is your name Julia? Are you another spirit that resides in this house but James? Julia, I'm not gonna hurt you. Please, darling, come and talk to me. Don't be afraid. Are you hurt? Okay, so that's just kind of a random nonsense word, unless whatever is going on right now. Hide now. Let me take a picture of that. Are you telling me to hide now? If you think you're going to threaten me in my own home, you're sadly mistaken. Because I won't hide from you. Well, give me a reason to hide. God, I shouldn't have said that. Are you going to hide? Because I'm not afraid of you. If that's what you think. Okay, I don't know what that last word was, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. The lights in the dining room just flickered. And I got growling again. I don't know what the word was that came before that. I showed up very quickly, so I'm going to go to the word database real quick. Addison. Okay. Who is Addison? Just to make that special note, guys, it's the second time that something has said growling or it's growling at me. I have a feeling that it's trying to intimidate me. And, well, it's trying to intimidate the wrong person. I'm going to sit back on my comfy couch. Why are you growling at me? I demand you come forward and speak. Keep in mind, guys, I am not provoking. I'm talking in a straightforward tone. Winds. What about winds? Since you amped up a little bit there, I want to take a second and thank you for speaking to me through this device. I don't know if you realize that I can communicate with you, and I'm willing to communicate with you, but I want to make it perfectly clear, and it was just a mist that passed by the doorway in front of me. That was creepy. All along. All along, huh? All along what? So back to what I was saying. I thank you for communicating with me. But if you think you're going to scare me or threaten me, you won't. I'm willing to communicate with you because I want to know your story. I want to know why you're here. Are you smiling at the fact that I'm willing to communicate with you? Is that what you're telling me? Because I am. I'm not here to scare you. I'm not here to be mean to you. I'm not here to be rude to you. But if you're going to growl at me and you're going to attempt to threaten me, which is what I take growling at me as, I will become a lot more harsh in my wording of things, which I don't want to do. So once again, guys, I don't provoke in my own home. That's not a smart practice for anyone to follow. I don't provoke in residential cases, and I don't provoke in my own home. That's just asking for trouble. but I will talk sternly and I will talk directly. What is that? All alone. Yes, I am. I'm sitting down here all alone. Jordan. All alone, Jordan. So Jordan, is that your name? Are you all alone? Jordan, if that's your name, come and speak to me. Don't be afraid of me. I'm not going to hurt you. Can you tell me how you died? You know, guys, I would really love to test this app out in the attic. I just know I can't go up there right now because I would wake everybody up. So I'm going to offer this one more time. And as I've said, I don't do this very often because I know the toll it can take on a paranormal investigator. It's basically what people call a paranormal hangover. Use some of my energy to modify that device. Not all of it. I'm not giving you that permission. But use some of it. Tell me what your intention is. You said intent earlier. And then you growled at me. Use that device. Take some of my energy. What is your intention? This is a one-time offer. This will be the last time I offer this. Jordan, are you still here? I'm all alone down here. You said it yourself. You said all alone. Yes, I'm all alone. And even though you growled, I'm still not intimidated. I just want to talk to you. I want to communicate. That's all I want to do. So you need to give me something tangible. Can you modify that device and tell me my name? What is my name? Can you tell me what year it is? Do you want me to leave you alone? I'll tell you what, if you want me to leave you alone, spit another word out of that device. Modify the device, make it say another word, and I'll leave you alone for the rest of the night. That's my deal. It almost looks like it's trying to ramp up to say something if you're watching that green graph at the top. I'll honor this. Oh, low battery. Let me close that, guys. Let's continue. I'll honor that. If you can make it say another word, I'll leave you alone for the rest of the night. looks like it's trying, like something's trying to communicate there. I can see it. It just can't seem to get the power. I've offered for it to use my energy, and it's not. So I don't know why. Maybe it doesn't feel like it. Maybe it can't. I'm not sure. Alright, look. I'm going to give you 20 seconds to say another word. And that's it. I'm done talking for the night. You have 20 seconds starting right now. Alright, time's up. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this app test now. And I'm going to come back with my most final conclusion that I have. Alright guys, so that was the app test for Ghost Hunting Tools by Sven Kamarth. That name is so hard to pronounce for some reason. Okay, so what can I say about this app? I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think it's intriguing. I like the setup of the screen. It's not overwhelming. I don't per se like the milligauss reading that comes on the top left corner because, as we discussed, phones don't come with a built-in electromagnetic field or milligauss detector. So that, to me, is kind of something that's unneeded, as we know that those numbers are complete bullshit. They are just random numbers that are spitting out. I do think that some of the responses that we got were interesting. This is the first app that I've tested where I've gotten multiple names, and the entity or energy that was communicating with us referred to itself as us. And so that's really interesting, because getting multiple names and then it calling itself us. And then it started growling at me after it said graveyard. And then it told me to hide. Hide now is exactly what it said. There was multiple times during this app test that we got multi-word responses, which is not very common for any paranormal device out there. So, is this app legitimate? You know, I can't say yes and I can't say no. I think that how it said James at the beginning, and it didn't click to me until I went back and I started doing the second portion of the app test, that my son's name is Jameson. So was it saying James as in short for Jameson, because maybe Jameson actually isn't in the word database, but James is? You know what? That is very possible. And then it said trick. My son says that he sees a cat spirit upstairs, and the device said cat. So is this device telling me that my son, James or Jameson, is being tricked into seeing a spirit of a cat in the house? That it's not actually a cat, it's an entity. You know what? That is a plausible speculation. I'm not going to say that I'm not just stringing something together that is nothing, because that's how these, devices work. Spirit boxes and such. You have to take the responses that you get at face value. You can string together any story that you want. Does that necessarily mean that the story is accurate? No, it doesn't. But that is the only way that I can explain the quote-unquote answers that I've received with this device thus far. So is this a tool that I would tell you to download? Absolutely. Download it. Test it. Go to a haunted location. Try it out. Give it some time. As you saw, you have to give time between responses, which I absolutely love. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing a paranormal investigation and not just watching an app screen fling out random fucking words because it can. I feel like I'm actually trying to communicate with something. So is this an app that you should have in your paranormal toolbox? You know what? I say yes. I say download it. Try it. It's free. Give it a shot. Please, for the love of God, if you're watching this app review, download it. Give it a shot. Try it in a haunted location. And please, tell me if you had any kind of great or good results using this app. I have a Facebook. I have an Instagram. You can direct message me or comment on this video. I will get back to you. But download this app. Give it a shot. Am I going to say it's a legitimate ghost hunting tool? I'm unsure of that. I think that further testing is needed, to be honest. And further testing I will do in a future video, but we will get there. Guys, this was the Paranormal App Test, Ghost Hunting Tools. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it if you find it informative. Nate signing out. I'll see y'all next time.